Looks like we're live on Facebook.
Perfect. Let me go check. Fresh.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll start in about 3 minutes. Excited to have you with us as we work out the technical details for an on-time start.
And you are live on Facebook, so we've got 3 minutes. You are ready to go.
Okay, help me first get back to Zoom and have my deck up.
Your deck is up. So just go ahead and hit forward on your screen. Let's just see if that's going to work for you.
Forward. What do you mean forward? Well,
to the next slide.
Actually, all I'm seeing, I don't see my deck anymore. All I'm seeing is the Zoom panel. I don't.
Go ahead and find your deck.
I have it in preview, unless you could see it.
Yeah, preview is perfect. So yeah, that's where you're going to want to advance the slides.
So you see it now?
I do see it.
So we are good. So I should stop video and stop.
No. Leave everything on. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything is ready. Everything's ready to rock. So, but here's what I'd like to do. Go ahead and preview and try to move to the next slide.
Yep, no problem. Can you help me one thing? I accidentally hit the panelist button. How do I get that back up so it's not blocking the screen?
Maybe just grab it and move it out of the way. Or is there a little X somewhere on it?
You'd think. Yeah, it's not letting me. Oh, there. I can move it.
Good.
Do you see it?
I do not see it.
Okay, so
only you can see it.
So I can scroll, and the only thing now, you can't see me, right? That'll happen when I.
Yeah, on Zoom I can.
Oh, you see
but
me?
On Facebook Live, you cannot.
And what do I do for that?
You don't do anything for that. You're not going to be able to see you on Facebook Live.
Okay, on Zoom I don't see me. All I see is.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, welcome. We'll start in about 1 minute. We are about a minute away from starting, so getting excited. Okay, Mark, I will let you go and get in the zone in the next 30 seconds.
I'll stay on with you, and we'll just make sure you get kicked off good.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be moderating. Okay.
Perfect. All right, just a few seconds and we're going to begin. The excitement is palpable. 11 a.m. Central Time. We are beginning right on time. Welcome. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. People calling in from all over the globe. And so excited to have you with us for your Countdown for Freedom. And as we say that word, start marinating over it. Let it start seeping into your soul. What does that word freedom mean to you? For me, it's very personal, and I'll share why. See, I was an attorney at one of the giant firms in New York City. And you know, people join this industry for different times and different purposes, right? My reason was not a financial reason. I was 23 years old, graduated really young from university, and went to law school, graduated at the top of my class, and was at the top law firm in the United States. Cravath, Swaine, and Moore. You could look it up. I wouldn't. It'd be kind of boring if I were you. But you can, and I'll tell you, the reason why I was interested in this industry had nothing to do with money. See, I was earning, for a 23-year-old especially, over 6 figures. Are you kidding? Very well. But here's the thing. I didn't have a minute to spend. I couldn't enjoy the fruits of my labor. So freedom was what it was about for me. And I'll tell you, when I was invited to this industry, the first meeting, one day I'll share with you that entire experience of what the day was and how excited and frankly disappointed I was when I actually got to the meeting. But you know what? Something in me knew there was something here that I'd never seen before. And my first year in network marketing was $70,000 in debt. See, I knew it all, right? 23-year-old, arrogant, my head couldn't fit in the car. I knew it all. Nobody could teach me anything. And I was doing exactly the wrong thing. Why? There was nothing duplicatable. I wouldn't let anybody teach me anything. All I did was push through. And it was exactly the wrong thing to do. But here's the thing. I learned from some very important lessons. You know what I learned? I learned that a compensation plan by itself, that doesn't earn anybody any money. I learned that a product by itself could be great, may not be, doesn't matter. That is not going to be what brings financial freedom. You know what's going to do that? Only two things: vision and leadership. Vision and leadership. The number one reason people fail, not just in this industry, but globally all over the world for all sorts of reasons, number one reason for failure is people have a bigger rear view mirror than they do a windshield, and they keep looking back. Well, isn't it time you start looking forward, starting right here? You know, you've all heard right place, right time. I'm not one of those people that believe there's only one time in our lives we get to the right place at the right time. It's probably happened with you before, and you passed it up. But here's the thing. See, there's a missing link. You can be in the right place in the right time, and it still may not matter, because the third element of that is actually more important. You've got to be in the right place at the right time with the right people. And you want to talk about the right people? I mean, look at me. I'm presenting in between last night, Tanya Mazel, and tonight, Mr. Holton Buggs. Are you kidding me? That's like being in between Joyce Myers and TD Jakes. I mean, what chance do I have? So that's why, by the way, on this, I need you to show me some love, be interactive with me, because I am in the middle of giants. But let's talk about that vision and leadership. Because here's the thing. There's only one. You talk baseball, there's only one Mr. October, right? There's only one person you knew if it got to October, that's who you wanted, Reggie Jackson. There's only one in basketball, Michael Jordan. People talk about LeBron, all these other, there's only one. Let's be real. There's only one Michael Jordan. Let me tell you, in the field of network marketing, there is only one Holton Buggs. He's the last magnet left in this industry because of his genuine leadership development, which means he cares more about you than he does for just what's going to happen with him. He is all about developing the team. I'll share with you two quick Holton Buggs stories. It's about 9 years ago, we were working on a project together. And you know, if you're doing a magazine, you know there are deadlines, right? You've got to get some things to the printer, and once it's there, it's all just print ahead. There's nothing you can do to stop it. So we're delivering this to the printer, and I get a call. Holton Buggs is on the phone, and he starts the conversation by saying, "Hey, Miracle Man." Well, I knew that meant we had to stop printing, and I knew that meant, what am I going to do? But you know what? Here's the moral of that story. Holton Buggs has a way of bringing things out of you that you didn't even know existed. He has a way of bringing greatness out of you. So you want to talk right place, right time? More important, right people. That's where you are now. I'm going to share another Holton Buggs story just because it happened this week. So we're talking about some personal goals. And he says, hey, Hirsch, where do you want to be? And I said, I'm excited actually to be back at 100,000 a month. Again, this is me, my work ethic. We're not talking about others. And I said, I'm excited to be back there. And we're going to go into some numbers. You'll see how that may be high for you, it may be low. He looked at me. He didn't say a word. And I said, I'm embarrassed. I just said that low a number. Still, just looked at me. And finally, he said, you should be. The point is, he has a way of stretching your thinking. And when your thinking is stretched, your words will be stretched. And when your thinking and your words are stretched, your belief will be stretched. And when all that happens, it means that your actions will be stressed. My goal is now more than double that for the same time period. Actually, significantly more than that. So let's begin with your Countdown for Freedom, because that is available for everyone who's listening in right now. Here's the reality. It's time for network marketing to evolve. The world's evolved, right? Everything around us is changing, and yet this industry seems to have stayed the same. What does that mean? Here, let me give you the what we're talking about. Our vision is to create a first-class, world-class consumer experience. That word consumer, it's sort of been the great myth in network marketing, right? It hasn't really existed. There haven't been customers. We are going to be customer-centric, which means we're going to teach, and we're going to be about creating customers, and the corporate side of this is going to do everything possible to retain those customers and keep them in a world-class environment. When that happens, it creates for you a perpetual residual income builder. What that means is you don't have to just build it over and over and over again. When the customers win, we all win. What's the old model? See, the old model in networking is it's all about the rep. And if you think about it, what has had to happen? The customers pay more for a product they can get elsewhere, sometimes significantly less. I'll tell you my personal experience. I started this industry in the clean air and environment business. Remember I told you I'm an attorney? Well, guess what? Really, what I started in is selling water filters. But as an attorney, I couldn't say I was selling water filters. So we said, we're in the environment business. Well, let me tell you something. Our entry-level product, it was this looked like a thermos. Nothing, by the way, against that company. World-class training, and it absolutely changed my life. Being with Jeff Olson and Eric Worre and guys like Earl Shaw, my thinking expanded. But I still didn't know what I didn't know, right? This was the model I knew. Customers pay more. So that thermos-looking water filter, we charged around $120 for it. At Walmart, virtually the identical product was available for around $60. And I didn't know what I didn't know, right? So I called some people higher up in the company doing more, and I said, how do we deal with this? And they said, well, Walmart may charge less, but is Walmart going to pay you? And I thought, I'll buy into it, but in the back of my mind, it's kind of thinking, it doesn't really seem all that kosher, but okay. The old model, customers pay more and only strong recruiters win, because you have to constantly be replacing customers. And when you're replacing customers, reps leave, and you're constantly replacing reps, only the strong recruiters win. What's the new model? And this seems so obvious, yet it's never been done. We earn money when consumers save money. Now, how is that even possible? You're about to see. I mean, you're going to actually see, but think about this customer. Think about this model for customers. I mean, let's face it, saving for many people, savings is the new earnings. You save $100, $500, $1,000 on a vacation, that's earning. And we only earn when our customers save. And guess what? They save on something they're going to do anyway, with or without us. What a model. And it all starts with, how are we going to bring this vision to the world? It starts with the most exciting and fastest growing industry on earth, travel. Oh, can you say it with me? Travel. Who doesn't want to travel? We know that no matter what company people are in, that's their dream, that's their goal. We want to experience the mysteries of Dubai and the uncharted frontier of Alaska. We want to wake up in an underwater bungalow, not under the water, in an overwater bungalow in Tahiti. I'm so excited, I don't even know what I'm saying. I hope you're with me. Travel. See, okay, yeah, I'm an avid reader. I read it all. I don't care if it's fiction, nonfiction, autobiographies, history. I read it all. But you know what I've come to learn? Here it is. The greatest story in the world is the story found between the pages of a passport. To start writing your story, what would that mean to you? I'm telling you, travel is the greatest education in the world. I was fortunate enough to be able to homeschool my oldest child. Now think about this for a second. Where would she be able to learn about the Cold War in a more effective way? By reading it in a history book or by standing in front of the Kremlin? Travel, travel, travel. It is the greatest education in the world. An $8 trillion industry, $6 billion a day in Asia, in Europe, $4.8 billion a day, just where we are, where I am right now in the US, almost $3 billion a day, which by the way is over $32,000 a second. Latin America, almost $1 billion. Africa, $500 million. I mean, travel is it. Let me tell you a little more. See, there's a dirty little secret in the travel industry that the big boys, they don't want you to know about. Because if you knew, it would break their, it would just, all of a sudden I'm getting some feedback, so I have to shut down something. Excuse me 1 second. All right, it just started projecting on a big screen. See, the whole room is excited, and where I am, nobody's in the room because I locked myself away to prepare, and the chairs are getting excited. All right, here we go. So there's a secret in the travel industry that they don't want you to know because they're really, I'd say monopolizing, but it's two companies. It's duopolizing the industry. And once you know their little secret, the world of travel changes forever. And guess what? We're going to share that secret with you right now. The average person, here it is, on average, before they book their dream trip or their bucket list vacation, they surf the web and they search between 18 and 25 sites, all to save around $5. Why is that? Well, here's where that dirty little secret comes in. Almost every travel site on the internet is owned by one of two companies. Did you know that? Check that. This should get you angry. Do you know Expedia Group doesn't just own Expedia. They own Travelocity, Orbitz, Trivago, Hotwire, Hotels.com. You think you're searching all those groups, you're searching Expedia-owned companies. This is really interesting. Expedia by itself did about 4 times the volume that Travelocity did, the roaming gnome. Can any of you name Expedia's mascot? No, you can't. Can you name Travelocity's? The roaming gnome. almost all of us can. So why would Expedia just by itself do more than Travelocity? Here's something very interesting. Travelocity has the roaming gnome, but Expedia had an affiliate program that crushed everyone else, and they were still offering the same prices, because there are only three ways to buy travel: retail, discount, or behind the curtain pricing. What you're seeing is just retail and some discount. So Priceline's the other one. Priceline's the other one. They changed their name recently to Booking Holdings when Booking started became bigger than Priceline. But here's the deal. Booking.com is the largest booking engine in Europe. Agoda.com is the largest booking engine in Asia. All that's owned by Booking, which was Priceline. Priceline, Booking, Agoda, Kayak, even a restaurant op, Open Table, rentalcars.com. It's all owned by Priceline. So Expedia and Priceline dominate. And if that's so, that means they don't want us behind the curtain. But now that that secret's exposed, we can go behind the curtain, create a membership site for you to actually get member-only pricing, insider deals, behind the curtain pricing on travel. Would you like that? Come on, just say yes. Let me know you're with me. Of course you want that, because here's the deal. Let me share something with you. Yes, you will get our unbelievable travel booking platform, what we call our iGo platform, which will give you savings up to 70%. We've seen as high as 78% off. And we'll go through those. We'll go through some of those examples in just a minute. But here's the deal. I'm just going to tell you straight out, there are other companies that offer similar savings, and all they have is a booking engine. So what's going to happen when there's an error, when there's a mistake? See, to offer a booking engine and say you're in the travel industry is frankly insulting to the $8 trillion travel industry, because none of that matters without having a monster travel company partnering with you. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But you can earn travel bonuses for referring travel. You may have a group, a church group, a destination wedding. You heard Tanya Mizell talk about her destination wedding last night. And what happened? She came back from Mexico with a husband and with a $5,000 check waiting for her. That's the power. You will have highly discounted and exclusive experiences. Oh, friends, wait till you see some of the experiences we have planned for you. There is an optional travel agent program. But here's the thing. There's over $8 trillion of inventory. And here's the deal. Yes, other companies may have a similar, not as good, but a similar booking engine, but they're selling it without a backbone. They're selling it without the meat, and you can't do that and expect to succeed. See, we have meat on the bone, and it's called extreme travel. Year after year, Extreme is rated at the top of the top from the travel suppliers all over the world that you know and you love them. Now, why? You can look at the accolades. You see them yourself. Platinum member with FunJet, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Delta, always at the top. Let me tell you something. CLIA, which is the Cruise Industry Trade Association, when they were lobbying before Congress, you know who they asked to represent them and come to them and speak with them at that congressional summit? David Manning, the CEO of Extreme Travel. Where does this happen? A booking engine without the meat and the power of an Extreme Travel won't make it. But Extreme is the difference maker. David Manning, 18 years in the industry. Lori Spears, the director of travel at Extreme. Oh, you are going to get to know her and love her like we all do. So, you know what? Let me just slow down for a minute. I know I'm so excited. Okay. let's just slow down for a minute. Let's ask ourselves, why travel? We're going to get into some numbers. I know a number of you want to see the numbers. You will not be disappointed. I'll show you in a minute. But let's slow down for a second. Let's really ask, why travel? If we're going to be real with each other, we've got to understand. Most of you on this call, if you have not been in a network marketing company, you've been approached and you know people in, right? And what are they usually selling? Well, maybe it's skincare or wrinkle cream. Friends, I know so many people who have enough wrinkle cream in their garage to smooth out the Rocky Mountains. We've seen the wrinkle creams, and I know people with closets full of vitamins and minerals and secret algae that only grows under the bottom of a plant at the bottom of a Hudson River and only on a leap year. I mean, we've seen it all, right? And I don't want to make fun, because the truth is some of the greatest products in the world were introduced to the marketplace through this wonderful industry of network marketing. But the reality is, you have a great vitamin. You're really going to talk. Is it natural to come up in conversation? Come on, man, you are not going to believe the coenzyme Q that I just took. Come on. It's not ordinary conversation. But you get back from the Riviera Maya, and that water is just calling your name, and you walk out of your suite onto a balcony that has its own pool, that overlooks the resort pool, that overlooks steps from the ocean. Are you going to talk about that? You bet, because that's called a natural networking product. Nobody would mind a garage full of Tahiti. Nobody has problems with drawers and drawers full of the Bahamas. That's what we have. That's our inventory. And it wouldn't mean anything without extreme travel. David Manning, Lori Spears at the helm, without them and the efforts that over 18 years have gone into making this a premier world-class agency, that's what makes the difference. But let's share just some of the savings you'll experience on our booking engine. First up, Expedia, $339 a night for a 4.5-star New York City hotel. With us, $178 a night, $161 in savings. But here's the deal. Same room, same dates. Go over to Paris, France. I experienced this one. $440 on Travelocity, $130 with us, $310 in savings. But can I ask you something? Are you going to go to Paris for a night? No, you're going to go for 7 nights. $2,000 in savings. These are real. Personally, I'll tell you, I am averaging well over $1,000 a month in savings. And just a few weeks ago, I had to go to Houston, just in and out, one night. And I was staying at a hotel near the home of Mr. Buggs. And that hotel on Expedia and Orbitz was $173 a night. And you know the name, we're not allowed to say it, but it rhymes with Schmarriott. And, well, don't say that. We're going to have to delete and edit the recording because we can't say the name, the date. You know what? You can say it. I didn't say the date. Okay. That room, instead of me paying $173, I paid $66 for the night. And these aren't unusual. Did you say, do you have more than rooms? Yes, we've got rental cars. Look at this, $392. Same car, same dates in New York City, $221 with us, total savings of $171. What about weeks? You know, weeks is very interesting because there are times David Manning and I have been doing presentations. We've actually had to raise the price of the weeks because you can't even believe when you see how strong these weeks are. This one is one of our moderate examples. Over $1,200 with Hotels.com, $700 with us, a $500 savings at a 4-star resort in Punta Cana. Let me give you some real examples from people you know. I gave you mine. I'll tell you, I traveled last year to Peru, and I saved over $2,000 staying at the JW Marriott in Cusco and a number of hotels throughout Lima. But here, look at this, $848 in savings for a reservation that cost less than $400. Another one for a reservation that cost $287, saved $532. One more, good friends who are becoming dear brother and sister. That you are going to love these people. It's up to them to say their name, so I won't. But they went to visit Mr. Buggs in Houston, paid $945 for a week, and on Priceline and Expedia and all those, it was almost $1,000 more. They saved $1,000. Now, this last one, we can share his name because he's the CEO of this Countdown for Freedom movement. I know you're asking, by the way, is that the name? No, it's not the name. Countdown for Freedom is our movement. The name is going to be revealed shortly. I'll get into that as we close. Look what Mr. Buggs saved, $1,348. And by the way, this wasn't just 4 nights at some simple all-inclusive resort. This was butler, concierge, maid, I leave your wallet at home in Cabo San Lucas. And what did Holton Buggs save? Over $1,500. See, we're not playing. We're not playing around. We revealed the secret. We're bringing it into the light, and it is going to earn you. We'll get into that in just another minute. Okay, we have more benefits. There's hotels, which we spoke about cars. You'll see cruises, flights. No discounts on flights. The airline stopped paying any commissions about 15 years ago. You will see homes that, let me tell you, to get access to these homes on other travel programs and membership programs, between $13,000 and $25,000. You're going to have access to these luxury homes that, oh boy, can't wait for you to see them. Weeks, marketplace, shore excursion. Here's the deal. All of it comes with a 110 price guarantee. Somebody finds the price better elsewhere, they still don't have to leave because we're going to pay 110% of the difference. All of this has to do with creating that world-class customer experience, which will create the perpetual residual income builder. Here's a question that's going to be asked all over the world. Do you boomerang? Now, by the way, let me phrase it another way, because it's a question that all of us should be asking, even if we haven't used that word boomerang. Are you sending out goodwill? What happens when you send out goodwill? Goodwill returns. See, it's a very biblical concept. Our economy is exactly the opposite of the world's economy. What does the world say? If you're going to get, you're going to win, somebody else has to lose. What do we say? You're going to get, guess what? You've got to give. The exactly opposite of the world's economy, of every traditional network marketing company. Do you boomerang? Do you share goodwill? Well, here you can share 50% of the savings with friends and family, and they will enjoy 50% of the savings. And guess what? That other 50% goes between you and the compensation plan. By the way, no other company can do this. Do you boomerang? You're sure going to want to, and so are millions of people around the world. Let me give you an example. Our TSA member, TSA is our travel savings ambassador. You know what's so cool? Our travel savings ambassadors, our TSAs, will never have to worry about a government shutdown. Isn't that great to be a TSA that doesn't have to think about that? TSA member, meaning you're part of the Countdown for Freedom movement, look at this. Look at this. An all-inclusive resort in the Riviera Maya. And by the way, because I have personal experience with this one, I'm going to say the name because we're not giving the date, so we have some flexibility here. This was where my daughter got married last year. So I obviously have an emotional connection to this. It's generations, magnificent resort. The public price was close to $5,000. And by the way, you see that compare public prices? That's going to show you live, real time, the prices on Expedia, hotels.com, Priceline, all those sites. Our price saved you just about $3,400, which means for this magnificent resort, you would pay $1,467. Wow. Now let's talk about Boomerang. What happens? Boomerang says you share that goodwill, you share those savings with your friends and family. So they'll still see the public price of $4,867, but their savings will be cut in half. Instead of 70% in this example, they'll see 35% of the savings. They'll see almost $1,700 in savings. Are they happy? No, they're not happy. They're thrilled. They just saved $1,700 on a magnificent resort in the Riviera Maya. Okay. I know we have sharp people on this call, so you're saying, well, that's good, and I appreciate that my friends and family are saving $1,700. What happens to that other $1,700? Remember what we said, the economy here is exactly the opposite. You share goodwill, you share boomerangs, it comes back to you. So of the remaining $1,699, $849.75 comes right back to you. Wow. $595 of the remaining dollars go through the compensation plan, going up, which means there's 15% left for the company. You heard me right. 85% is being sent out to the field. You get that this is truly a perpetual residual income builder? Let's go through some examples. You just want to acquire some customers. You want to keep sending out goodwill, but you're not planning on building a team. Okay, so you just introduce this to 10 customers. You take care of them. Actually, it's our job as a company to take care of them. We will give them a world-class consumer experience so they'll never leave. You have 10 customers now doing one vacation a year, the average savings of $600, which means a total savings of $6,000. Half of it, $3,000 goes to you. And what did you have to do to get it? You had to give somebody a free, can you say free? Free travel website where they will be saving lots of money. And remember, to our customers, saving is the new earning. They are going to be thrilled. What would you have to do to earn an extra $3,000? But you may say, man, anybody can do that. I can do more than anybody. So what if I do something more moderate? Okay, you introduce 100. You share goodwill with 100 and develop 100 customers. They take one vacation a year. Their average savings is $600, which means $60,000 in total savings. You haven't built a single team, right? Single team member. You're just sharing the savings. That means $30,000 back to you. Now, are you sending your kids maybe to a better school? Are they able to graduate from college debt-free instead of being burdened by this ridiculous student debt that is strangling people? Are you helping your parents maybe retire with dignity? What happens now that you have $30,000, and by the way, you still haven't enrolled a single partner? all you're doing is sharing goodwill, sharing boomerangs. What happens next? Let's say you take some time and you say, I've never seen anything like this. I can positively, it may take me a year, it may take me two, but I can get 1,000 customers on a free travel website that's going to give them amazing discounts. Well, those thousands take one vacation a year, average savings $600, which means a total savings of $600,000. What does that mean to you? $300,000 in this example. Now, as we're going through this, it's important you understand, is there going to be work involved? Of course. You do nothing, nothing's going to come to you. This is not one of those things that takes no effort. What I'm sharing with you is that the effort will pay you significantly higher than you would have imagined. Now, what if you build a team and you say, well, I built teams of thousands before. Well, let's be conservative. And through the teaching, by the way, everything is going to be taught. You're not in this alone. We have the Michael Jordan of the industry to teach and direct us every step of the way. So he will teach us how to maintain those customers, how to gather those customers. He will teach us how to develop leaders, so we develop teams. So you build a team of 1,000. And remember, we're teaching 10 customers each. That's going to be driven through the entire organization. It's going to be part of every teaching. 10,000 customers times 1,000 means 10,000 vacations going on in your organization. What does that mean to you? It means a daily average 10% override of $1,200, over $37,000 a month, over almost $500,000 a year to you. Now we're talking about changing some lives. For some of you, pretty significantly. For others, you earn significantly more than that. I get it. We have models for you as well. Remember, work and effort. We can't dictate the level of your belief. We don't know the gestation period for your dream. What we can tell you is we will do everything in our power to help you along the way. Say you build a bigger team, maybe bigger than you've built before. Some on this call have built even bigger than this. Team of 10,000. Everybody's going to be taught, get 10 customers. So that's 100,000 customers. Doing 10, that right, 100,000 customers, averaging one vacation a year, saving $600. What does that mean for your organization? What does that mean for your, that means a daily volume through your organization of over $115,000. And just look at the numbers, over $11,000 a day if you were averaging around 10%. That's an income. I mean, we're talking about potentials for serious dream income with work, with effort, and with learning and following the system that is being developed for you by the best of the best. Now, some of you say, I built teams of 100,000 or more. Well, we do have that aggressive example. It's important you understand the disclaimer at this point. This is not a guarantee of income. It's sharing with you what's possible with diligence and work and effort and following the system. You build a team of 100,000 and everybody is following the system, creating 10 customers, sharing goodwill throughout. That's 1 million vacations a year going on in your organization. Everybody's saving around $600 on average. That's a daily customer volume of over $1 million. You see the incomes on your left. Okay, gotta pause for a second. Even going back, you know what's so cool about all these examples? You know what's so amazing about this? Everyone on your team can pick up, they can leave, they can retire, they can go to a beach somewhere, not even be thought of again. Is your customer going anywhere? Your customer that the company is developing and treating like gold? Your customer that is saving money every time they travel? Would they have any reason to leave? Absolutely not. Do you see that this income is fully developed on customer acquisition. That's why we talk about the PRIB, the perpetual residual income builder. It's the new model, and no one else is doing it right now. Okay, let's go on. We're going to share with you 3 different ways. This is, by the way, what you're seeing is our Fast Start Unilevel pre-launch compensation plan. And it's just designed to help people earn while we're developing the business. So I'm going to talk about the 3 specific ways to get in, to join us. Now, everybody becomes part of Countdown for Freedom the same way. We all join by standby. You get a boomerang customer site. You'll have 5 boomerangs to send. You'll be able to refer travel, those groups, churches, wedding destinations that you heard about. You can refer those to Extreme Travel and earn 25% of the commission. You will get an I Decide interactive presentation. And this I Decide presentation takes the guesswork out of it, because you may say, I'm not going to present like Tanya Mazel. I can't present like Tanya Mazel. I can't present like Terrence Gray, Holton Buggs, Mark Cathcart, David Manning. But we're going to have the I Decide interactive presentation that's going to do the presenting for you. Everybody starts with standby, and then you choose your package. You can ride Coach. Coach is $250, and you get the discount travel booking engine. You get it with flights and hotels, rent-a-cars. You'll have 10 boomerangs to share, but you'll receive only 50% of those savings and bonuses, not 100%. In the dual team, when we release that just 45 or 60 days down the road, it'll be 10%, and you'll get general release when we announce events and experiences. Now, Coach class is fine. You know, if that's, do what you can do. Here's the reality. Do what you can do to get started. Coach, you know, you get a nice bag of peanuts. Don't finish it at once, right? Because it's such a big bag. I'm playing. Let's just have some fun. But if you've experienced business class, you probably don't want to fly Coach. Business class, you're going to get the iGo booking engine, but we're going to add cruises to it. And instead of 10 boomerangs, you're going to get 25 to spread the love, and you're going to receive 100% of the bonuses available through those boomerangs. On the dual team, you'll get 12%. Most important part to business class is you're going to get a 1-week pre-sale notification of these experiences and events. Now, some of you have had a first class experience. Once you do, it's kind of hard to go back to anywhere. But listen, wherever you can get started. The key is getting started. So first class, what do you get? You get the iGo booking engine that has all the bells and whistles. You get 50 boomerangs to share that goodwill all around and participate in 100% of the bonuses. But there's a limited Founders Club promotion. Instead of 15% on the dual team, you're going to get 20% on the dual team for 1 full year. And 1 week, an extra week. This is really, I would say this, what it can do for your mind. This is the most important part, the most important element, aspect of the first class. You get 2 weeks pre-sale notification for all events and all experiences. That can absolutely impact your lives. Here's the deal. Success, we know it's important. Success is what happens to you. Significance, that's what happens through you. And you are going to be present and be able to access information that will absolutely impact your lives in dramatic ways. That 2-week pre-sale, that's what it's about. 1 week pre-sale is good. I can't even guarantee that as we grow, there's going to be availability at the general release. Who knows? Okay, get started, get in. And by the way, tonight at 8 o'clock Central. You just get everyone you could possibly think of to be on this call, this webinar, this Zoom, this Facebook Live at 8 p.m. Central Time tonight, because we have the CEO of Countdown for Freedom. Man, check swing, home run. You never know what's going to come out of Holton Buggs' mouth, but you can know that it's going to be life-changing. Holton Buggs will be presenting at 8 p.m. tonight, and I kind of have the feeling he's going to announce something pretty special for the founders. Enough said. Get started now. Get back with the person who invited you to this Facebook Live or this Zoom. Get back with them and ask them how to get started, how to join the team. Don't delay, because here's the schedule. We kicked off about a week ago with just these. It's not even pre-launch, it's pre-launch. These calls kicked off just about a week ago. On the 8th, we are having a VIP lift-off party where we will reveal the brand. We mentioned Countdown for Freedom is not the name of the company. That name is going to be revealed on March 8th and March 9th. If you weren't invited to the March 8th event at Mr. Buggs' home, don't worry about it, because March 9th, do everything in your power to be in Houston. You do not want to miss that event. There's only going to be one time where there's a first, and you will be able to tell your grandchildren that you were at the very first Countdown for Freedom live event where they revealed the brand and where we were set for takeoff. Then March 11th, we go live, and that begins Mission 10K. Mission 10K is where I think we're going to have to update these numbers between March 11th and March 18th. Remember I said we are around a Holton Buggs. It expands your thinking, which expands your believing, and it expands your action. Between March 11th and March 18th, we will put 10,000 people into this system. And I have a feeling we're going to be close to double that. Thank you so much for joining this call. Get back with the person who invited you and be on the call with 10 guests tonight for Mr. Holton Buggs. Thank you so much. This is Peter Hirsch signing off. Excited to see you, as David Manning and Holton Buggs say, on the beaches of the world, but coming up in Houston. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Have a great day. See you on the call tonight.